What happens to a hero after the war is over? In every anime we've ever loved, the answer is usually a happy ending, a parade, a crown, and a peaceful life. But Sentenced to be a Hero asks a much more terrifying question. What if the world you saved is the world that decides to kill you? Imagine being Zairo Forgan. You spent your youth in the mud and blood of the front lines. You led the Royal Knights. You faced the Demon Lord in a battle that should have been your final sacrifice. But you survived. You won. And for the crime of being too powerful to control, the kingdom didn't give you a medal. They gave you a life sentence in the deepest hole they could find. This isn't just another action anime. This is a deconstruction of justice itself. Today, we're looking at why Sentenced to be a Hero, officially known as the Prison Records of Convict Unit 9001, is the most brutal, cynical, and addictive fantasy we've seen in years. If you're tired of generic heroes who win with the power of friendship, you're in the right place. To understand this show, we have to talk about the Heroism Punishment Act. This is the core piece of lore that makes this world a nightmare. In this society, heroism isn't a title, it's a legal sentence. The government realized that heroes are basically walking nukes. They are too strong to be part of a peaceful society. So they passed a law. Anyone who shows hero-level potential is arrested immediately. These convict heroes are organized into Unit 9001. Think of them as a penal colony with one purpose: to be used as disposable shields against the rising tide of monsters. They are sent into the most dangerous zones with zero support. If they die, no one cares. If they win, they go back to their cells. It is a win-win for the corrupt politicians. They get to stay safe, and they get to keep their most dangerous citizens under a leash. But Zairo is different. He isn't just some common criminal. He was the commander. He knows where the bodies are buried. And watching him navigate this corrupt system with a mix of boredom and sheer lethality is what makes the first few episodes so gripping. Let's talk about the dynamic that carries the show: Zairo and his warden, Taylor. Taylor is a goddess of punishment. Her job is to watch Zairo 24/7. She wears a pristine uniform, carries a holy blade, and represents the justice of the state. But as the story progresses, we start to see the cracks in her resolve. She has been told her whole life that Zairo is a monster, but as she watches him fight, not for glory, but out of a cold, mechanical necessity, she starts to realize that the monster might be the kingdom she serves. Zairo himself is a fascinating protagonist. He has zero shonen energy. He's tired, he's cynical, he doesn't want to save the world again, he just wants to be left alone. Yet, his instinct to protect remains, even if he denies it. This creates a psychological tug-of-war. Every time Zairo saves a citizen, he's technically proving his heroism, which only justifies his imprisonment. It's a tragic loop. The better he is at his job, the more certain it is that he will never be free. This is where the show shines. It isn't just about the monster of the week. It's about the weight of being a weapon in a world that fears the blade. But here is the twist that raises the stakes for Season 1. The monsters are evolving. The Demon Lord that Zairo supposedly killed? Something is wrong. New, high-level threats are appearing that even the convict heroes can't handle. The kingdom is beginning to panic. We are heading toward a massive collision. On one side, you have the Demon King's remnants. On the other, a corrupt government that is about to realize they can't control the monsters they put in chains. Zairo is the only one who knows how to fight this war, but why should he? Why should a man save a world that spit on him? The climax of this arc isn't just a physical fight. It's Zairo deciding if humanity is even worth saving anymore. The animation in these sequences is top tier, focusing on the weight of the magic. It feels heavy, dangerous, and real. Is Sentenced to be a Hero the best anime of the year? It's too early to say, but it is definitely the most necessary. It breaks the cycle of boring, perfect heroes and gives us something grounded in consequence and political intrigue. My theory? I don't think Zairo ever killed the Demon Lord. I think the kingdom framed him to hide a much darker truth about where these monsters actually come from. But I want to hear from you. Do you think Zairo should save the people who imprisoned him, or should he let the monsters take the kingdom? If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button. It tells the algorithm that dark fantasy deserves more attention. Subscribe for weekly updates on Unit 9001 and more lore breakdowns.